He was 8 years old when he learned that silence could hurt. Not the silence of an empty room, the silence of people who were right there, but never really saw him. At school, teachers forgot his name, children picked teams, and he was always last. At home, his father was tired, his mother was busy, and whenever he tried to speak, someone had something more important to do. So the boy learned a dangerous lesson. If nobody notices you when you are quiet, maybe you have to become impossible to ignore. The first time it happened, he was 13. A boy in class walked in wearing expensive shoes. Everyone looked at him. Everyone asked questions. For a few minutes, that boy was important. That night, our boy stared at his own old shoes. Torn front. Fading color, they looked exactly how he felt. Invisible. So he saved every coin, skipped snacks, and months later bought his first branded shoes. The next morning, he walked into class slowly, and for the first time, people looked. Nice shoes, someone said. It was only 2 words. But to a lonely child, 2 words can feel like sunlight. That day, he discovered a formula. Buy something new, get noticed, feel alive, lose the feeling, repeat. By college, it was the latest phone. He did not need it, but when people said, "Bro, is that the new one?" something inside him whispered, "There, now they see you." He smiled like a winner. But that night, the phone glowed beside him. No messages, no missed calls, no one asking if he reached home. The screen was bright, the room was dark. Years passed. He worked harder than everyone, not because he loved success, but because success was the only language the world understood. He bought better clothes, then a watch, then a car. People asked for rides, friends took pictures inside it, strangers turned their heads. He thought this was happiness. But it was not happiness. It was applause. And applause is not the same as love. Soon he moved into a luxury apartment above the city. Glass walls, marble floors, a couch no one sat on, a dining table with 6 chairs for a man who always ate alone. Every night the city sparkled beneath him, thousands of people going home to someone. He stood above it all, and somehow he felt beneath everyone. Online, his life looked perfect. People called him successful. But after every post, the room became quiet again. One night, he bought a grand piano. He did not know how to play, but it looked beautiful. One delivery man looked around and said, "Sir, you have everything." The man smiled. But after they left, those words stayed in the air. You have everything. He looked around. The shoes, the watches, the car keys, the designer bags, the glass walls, the silent piano. Everything he wanted was there, but nobody was. Then for the first time in years, he remembered himself as a child. A boy at the edge of a classroom. A boy waiting for someone to call his name. A boy hoping someone would ask, "How was your day?" And suddenly, the rich man broke. Not loudly, not dramatically. He sat on the floor surrounded by everything he had bought and cried for everything he never received. Because the truth was never that he wanted expensive things. He wanted proof. Proof that he mattered. Proof that he was worth choosing. Proof that someone would look at him without needing a reason. Every purchase had been a question. Do you see me now? Every luxury item had been a wound wearing a price tag. Every upgrade was a child begging the world. Please don't forget me. That night, he finally understood. He had not been buying status. He had not been buying success. He had spent his life trying to buy the feeling of being loved. And love was the one thing no receipt could give him. The next morning, he did not reach for his phone. He walked to the mirror and looked at the man he had been trying to impress the world with. And finally, he saw the child behind his eyes. The child who never needed more things. The child who only needed one person to stay. For the first time in his life, he chose himself. Because nobody should have to become expensive just to feel worthy of love.